The Bitcoin cust price and the crypto market cap total increased yesterday but are still far from last week's highs. Klaytn, KLAY, attempts to break out from a long-term resistance. In the news today, total cap does not sustain breakout. The cryptocurrency market cap has increased swiftly since October, when it bounced at the support trend line of an ascending parallel channel, green icon. The upward movement caused a breakout from the channel on December 4, and a breakout from the $1.61 trillion resistance area shortly afterward. Total cap reached a high of $1.81 trillion on January 11 but failed to sustain its increase. Rather, it created a long upper wick, red icon, and returned to the $1.61 trillion support. Whether the price closes below support or bounces instead can determine the future trend's direction. Bain crypto market cap, total cap, movement. A close below support and fall inside the channel can trigger a 16% decrease to the channel's midline at $1.40 trillion. Conversely, a bounce can cause a 30% increase to the next resistance at $2.10 trillion. Bitcoin returns to support. Like total cap, the BTC price has increased rapidly since October. The movement caused a breakout above the 0.5 fib retracement resistance level at $42,300. After the price consolidated above the area, it began another upward movement, reaching a high of $49,970 last week. However, BTC failed to sustain its upward movement and fell afterward, creating a bearish, shooting star candlestick, red icon. BTC trades inside the 0.5 fib retracement support level at $42,300. Bain crypto Bitcoin, BTC, price movement. Whether it breaks down or bounces can determine the future Bitcoin trend. A breakdown can trigger a 28% BTC price drop to the next support at $30,600, while a bounce can cause a 20% increase to $51,000. Klaytn, KLAY, reaches resistance. The KLAY price had traded under a descending resistance trend line since February 2023. The decrease led to a low of $0.107 in September, causing a breakdown below 15 cents. However, the price regained its footing and reclaimed the area in November. This took the KLAY price to the resistance trend line. After a brief decrease, KLAY is making another attempt at breaking out, red icons. It can increase by 30% to the next resistance at $0.325 if successful. Bain crypto Klaytn, KLAY, price movement. Despite this bullish KLAY price prediction, a rejection from the trend line can cause a 40% drop to $0.145. Enhancing monetary policy efficiency. According to a report, Egypt plans to issue a central bank digital currency, CBDC, the e-pound, by 2030. The Central Bank of Egypt, CBE, will issue this digital currency, which is expected to boost the competitiveness of Egypt's national currency and enhance the efficiency of monetary policy. Details of the North African country's CBDC goals are explained in a report of a study commissioned by the Egyptian Council of Ministers Information and Decision Support Center. Dubbed the document on the most important strategic directions of the Egyptian economy for the new presidential period, 2024 to 2030. The document identifies policies that are critical for the Egyptian economy over the next 6 years. In addition to listing the launch of the CBDC as one of its priorities, the document also urges Egyptian monetary authorities to continue their work on developing the financial sector. The objective, just like with the launch of a CBDC, is to help Egypt achieve 100% financial inclusion by 2030. Meanwhile, Said Keda, an Egyptian economic expert, is quoted in the Egypt Independent report extolling the virtues of an officially issued digital currency. Keda also explained why the e-pound is superior to anonymously issued digital currencies like Bitcoin. We do not know who invented Bitcoin, so the safety rate is low. On the contrary, if digital currencies are officially implemented by the central bank, the security rate will be higher, the expert reportedly said. Keda, however, sought to assure Egyptians that the launch of the CBDC would not result in a reduction in the number of banknotes in circulation. He also claimed that the CBDC is capable of indirectly supporting the economy if marketed widely. Amsterdam, January 16, 2024, Globe Newswire, Zero Hash, the leading global crypto infrastructure platform, today announced that it has joined VBNL, the Netherlands' leading trade association for crypto and digital asset industry, established to promote higher standards of conduct. Zero Hash looks forward to bringing its experience of adhering to the highest standards with regulators in the U.S. to the Netherlands community while joining forces to build trusted bridges between members, industry participants, regulators, and policymakers. We believe uniting Zero Hash's voice with the members of VBNL provides the best forum to achieve the right regulatory outcomes for the Netherlands and, more broadly, the EU crypto economy, said Salai Verstel, EU non-executive director at Zero Hash and ex-chief compliance officer at Molly. We look forward to collaborating with the VBNL community on how we can collectively adhere to new MiCA regulations and move the EU towards greater harmonization of crypto standards. We are thrilled to welcome Zero Hash as a member and a dedicated contributor to VBNL and the Netherlands crypto community, expressed Bert de Groot, president at VBNL. Zero Hash shares a common DNA and commitment to advancing standards and promoting trust within the crypto industry. Together, we look forward to fostering fair and responsible regulations that safeguard customers without impeding innovation. About Zero Hash. Zero Hash is a B2B2C crypto-as-a-service infrastructure platform that allows any platform to embed digital assets natively into their own customer experience quickly and easily through a matter of API endpoints. Zero Hash's turnkey solution handles the entire back-end complexity and regulatory licensing required to offer crypto products. Zero Hash Holdings, through its subsidiaries, powers neobanks, broker-dealers, payment groups as well as non-financial brands to offer digital asset trading and custody, crypto-backed rewards and roundups programs. Zero Hash Holdings is backed by investors, including Point72 Ventures, Bain Capital Ventures, and NYCA. Zero Hash LLC is a FinCEN-registered money service business, and a regulated money transmitter that can operate in 51 U.S. jurisdictions. Zero Hash LLC and Zero Hash Liquidity Services LLC are licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. In Canada, Zero Hash LLC is registered as a money service business with FinTrack. Zero Hash Liquidity Services works with some of the leading global crypto market makers including DV Chain and Amber Group. Zero Hash Australia Party Limited is registered with Austrac as a digital currency exchange provider, with DCE registered provider number DCE 100804170-001. This registration enables Zero Hash to offer its crypto services in Australia. Zero Hash Australia Party Limited is registered on the New Zealand Register of Financial Service Providers, with Financial Service Provider, FSP, number FSP 1004503. AFSP in New Zealand is a registration and does not mean that Zero Hash Australia Party Limited is licensed by a New Zealand regulator to provide crypto services. Zero Hash Australia Party Limited's registration on the New Zealand Register of Financial Service Providers does not mean that Zero Hash Australia is subject to active regulation or oversight by a New Zealand regulator.